Alright, CSS battle time, and we have a surprised face. Yep. Looks pretty fun, actually. Now, let's see, how are we going to go about doing this? So this shape and this shape look the same. So I feel like I only need to make one of these, and I can do a box shadow. And that has to go above. Now, the issue is making this, because it looks like it has straight edge, it's not perfect border radius. Like it extends down. But if I layer this like on top of this thing and then do a box shadow, if it goes too low, it will, I have to have enough room for a straight edge right here and then the border radius, and I'm not sure I have the clearance to make that happen. I guess we're going to find out. And I think what's going to happen too, I wonder let's look at this. What is the radius of this? 150 to 178. Is that 30 pixels? 148 to 178. Yeah, that's like 30 pixels or so. If it was 32, that'd be real nice, because then it would make an easy font sort of thing to be done. All right. So what I'm thinking is these things. All right, so all right, I think we need to start with simple. Background's going to be that for the HTML, right? Let's just keep it real simple here, and then let's style the body. Let's make it that pill shape, and then once we get some things established, like, you know, sizing and dimensions, I can make my determination from there. Radius 1 inch to start. Let's margin it down. 100. Okay. Let's make it the top one, 85. 120, 35. And then let's do the bottom. Ooh, we're almost there. 160. Looks like, oops. Yeah, there we go. 140. All right. Now, what I'm trying to figure out, is it my border radius? Let's jump it up. No, it's not the border radius. Or maybe it is. Yeah, not the border radius. I think I might need to... It is the border radius. Well, that's not cool. Weird. I mean, it's in the right spot. I feel like it's in the right spot. Okay, this is the only thing. Oh. That's what I should have checked first. Okay, it was just too tall, so the border radius wasn't quite right. Okay, so we have that. Ooh, I wonder. Boxer Fleck doesn't sit happy with the HTML, but I think it sits okay with the body. Box shadow is probably the way to go, because what I'm looking at is I can't use a radial. I can use a radial gradient for the circle portion of this, but I can't use it for the outer. I have to use border radius for this because there are straight edges there. And what I'm thinking is writing the gradient just so I can modify this, what this color stop is to fit. But if I do a box shadow, I have to have two elements for this, is really the only way to go about it. Um, yeah, that'll do it. So what I can do, I think what I'm gonna have to do is put a fixed height on the body to make that work. Let's just get a solution down. Like I said, let's not get too carried away at the moment. Let's do a solution. Let's clean it up. 80. There we go. It's 80 pixels away. All right. So we're gonna have to get rid of the box shadows. I think. Yeah, we will. We will have to. Oh man, tired. Sorry. All right. Let's do a paragraph tag. All right. Let's do our. We will come. What am I doing? Right here. Let's make sure we do the right thing. Paragraph tag. Okay. So that's going to mess everything up because imagine the margins. Okay. Yeah. And then let's give it a height. Maybe I want to do padding. Sorry. Man, I'm really tired. Do I want to do padding? I think no matter what I do here, it's going to cause the body to shift. Let's say 60, right? Okay, so the body's moving. Let's give it a height. Let's see if actually we can give it. Okay, that's too tall. 50, that's what it is. And I wonder if I need the bottom margin. Nope, I don't when I do that. Okay. And then do I need to... Wow, the box shadow's too big now. But our border radius is on point. Okay, why was it working before and now it's not? I know it has to do with the height. So 185 plus, what was it, 165? 165 was this. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this guy. Oh, I see why. I see why. Okay. Height of 50. There we are. All right. So we have this thing going. It's box shadowing. We're getting that. Let's turn off the box shadow, which is real clumsy like for a moment. 0, 0. Okay. Then what I want to do is write a new background for this. And I think we're going to have to rotate it. No, no, I don't have to rotate it. It's going to be... Okay. All right. I want it to be taller than it is. Outline 2 pixels, solid, red. Okay, there it is. So our paragraph tag is full width and full height right now of our body. What I want it to be is down into the side. I think we can accomplish this with rotate and some margin. There's going to be margin collapse, but I wonder if I can, yeah, you can break it with that. A single character. Sometimes that period is not enough to throw things off, and we can always do a color property. I feel like that'll come in handy at some point. Okay, good. Okay, it is moving. So if we do a height of 80, a margin of 30, yeah, we can move it around. It's moving. All right. That's right. And then 0, and then 0. There we go. 50, 60, 70. Our height we need to reduce. There we are. Let's shrink it some more. It's probably too much. Yeah, let's go 80. Oh no, 70. There we go. -10. 8. There we are. That looks pretty good. So if we write a background now of a radial gradient, 1Q, we're starting with black. We're going to do 25 pixels. I think it's like 30, right? But we're just going to get this on paper first. Let's turn off the diff. Okay, that's way too much. It's going to be 15 for it to be a 30 pixel gradient. All right, and we are going to move it with the at property. It's going to be 50%. Let's type 50% properly, and then like 20 pixels. Cool. All right, let's move it up. All right, good. Good. Let's get rid of that weird outline that's throwing everything off. So we have one placed. We had to do some weird things to place it. I feel like our second paragraph, it's going to want to be below. This is going to get real interesting. All right. But let's just see if we can move it around with our margin. We can. And I think everything's moving with that. Oh, yeah. Okay. What am I doing? 0? No. This one's going to be 80. Maybe it's 70. Yeah, it's 70. And this one is 0. And that's -40, 50, 60. Hey, look at that. Let's hit submit. Let's just see where this is at. And then let's clean this up because this is a mess. Okay. That's a match. All right. So this box shadow here, having to rewrite it, that's no good. 2 paragraph tags I'm okay with. I think that's going to be necessary. This background, this value right here, can I get away with 16? No, there's no way. I wish I could. Make life a lot easier. Man. 1.9. Ooh, can I do 1.9 CH? 0.9M would be better. I can do that. Okay, let's see if 0.9M works. This one seems pretty forgiving. If I can do a font-based value, it makes it a lot easier to manipulate this. Okay. 0.95, it's the same as 1.9 CH. If this doesn't work, I'm going to go back to the other one. I know how much an M is, so doing the math to go, okay, I want to multiply it to something huge. So what I can do, is if I write this background up here, I need to write something that is like 5M. And then it has to be at like 19% of it or something like that. So that's what I'm probably going to do. Because how big is this? Like 100 pixels across? Let's see. 260 to 140. So it's 120 pixels, which means we need more than that. We need like, if we do 9M, I think we'll be okay. So let's take this. Let's see if we can do that first. X, V. All right. Everything looks weird right now, as it should. And we are going to do this at 9M. Okay, good. So it fills in that circle. We're essentially making the circle huge so that you don't see the edges. And then we're going to say font like 20% A. All right. Still too big. 10%. Ooh. Let's hit submit. Let's see if that's close enough. It might need to be like 11, something like that. Hopefully percentage can work. Let's see. 11 work? That looks... It's like 10.5 is... Of course, 2 extra characters for that. Let's see. 9M going down to 0.95. It's 10.5%. That's the math that you need. I don't think this is any better than just doing 10.5%. And this is weird multipliers. We need something like that. And I think also I have a harder time with the font values in the diff sometimes. So 10.5% would be much less than this. All right. So be it. That's what I have for this. All right. So we got rid of a background. Our margins are a little bit odd for placement. And our box shadow is a strange color. I do want that box shadow. But what happens, because this could be 5M, if we make it a font base value, it also, we get that. How do I get rid of the box shadow? So, okay, maybe there's a way of doing this instead of 5M. Let's keep it blocked off here. Let's see if we can use like line height. Because then we can still use font. Oh boy. Always the decimals, because we can use a value here in the font to work on both of them. 99.8. Oh yeah, because my line height is always weird. Like the diff has to look really bad for it to actually line up. So I might be chasing this a while. It has to do with, I'm using Chrome. I'm using the latest version of Chrome, but it just does not match up on the back end. So let's see. Something that looks really bad on my end is what'll match up. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I don't know which way I need to go. The diff becomes unreliable as soon as I break out line height. And so that does preclude me from, yeah, doing something like this. See, like that diff looks better and it got way, way worse, right? 5, 6, 9.5, okay. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. If I did line height, here's what would happen. So I just want to demonstrate what I'm going for. I'm not crazy. If I could get the values line up, like without the /0, right? You see the diffs that are there, but as soon as we do a /0, they're gone. And that's because in font you can address the font size and line height. It's shorthand. And so with the slash you have different values for each one. And so I'm essentially setting this to nothing. So then there's no box shadow. If I could use line height. I cannot use line height. So I might have to, I don't have to leave it there, but that would be the best way to go about chasing it. I'm going to put it back to 5M. Leave that there. I'm running out of time though. I'm gonna have to walk away from it and not, leave it to you guys to improve things. So here I have a height. I wonder, can I do a height of 50 on these and it'll be okay? No, it's not okay. It has to be 60 to stretch down. I was hoping because of, then I don't need this height, because without that, yeah, we get the overflow. Oh yeah, we're getting 100% with that little period in there. Remember that? Look at that. And we are breaking margin collapse. So that's a useful thing to know. All right. Well, we wrote that background. Oh, I don't need those extra characters because I'm not using that anymore. I'm writing a whole nother box shadow. So I could spin that off into its own selector that just goes on the body and nothing else. I wonder if, no, because there's a border radius, I can't extend those down into the lower box shadow and hide them there. The box shadows that extend down, that won't work. Although, actually, I have a new idea. Nope, that won't work. I was thinking of doing the second color stop as being transparent, but, and then that would mean I could extend it lower, and I could do that. There's actually no reason I can't, because I can just do, it's going to be 15 pixels. So as long as it's over, 0 and then, the like 20 pixels or 25, let's say. No. Yeah, 20 because it's going to be 40 pixels of radius. And then we can go transparent for our last one, right? Oh, yeah, there. We actually need to go 25. 30. Okay, there. And then transparent. I can actually make this height bigger. And we are not clipping it yet. And so then our box shadow, it's not quite hidden. Let's see if we can get a little bit more. 100, 110. It's hidden there. I just need to fix this margin. Hey, oh, not that margin. There we go. And then we can get rid of that box shadow. Ooh, that was so. I mean, I added all of this to remove one box shadow. It's not great. Um, that's not ideal. But I mean, it's kind of a cool technique. I think it's clever. I just don't think it's especially helpful. Let's hit submit. See how it takes that. Yeah, because what is essentially happening is we're having this yellow ring, and then it goes to transparent. So even though this shape is extending over this box shadow, we don't see the effects. And then their box shadows are overlapping in this as well. Because like, watch, if we put an outline on this, if I can type it properly. Oh man, 2 pixels solid. That's what they look like now. And then their box shadows are small because of this font thing. It's a tenth of what this is, and it's just enough to hide that little lip in inside there. So that's the full shape of them, but half of them are transparent. Cool. I like it. Fun stuff. Bad solution, but some fun was had all around. What would I do differently? What would be the way to improve? Don't do this. Honestly, another element might have made it easier instead of jumping through hoops just to hide a box shadow. You know? Like I did that extra box shadow, but I don't know if that was the best way to do it. I could have also done. I mean, usually when you have to resort to position fix, that's usually a failing solution. I mean, rarely do I ever see position fixed in the top solutions. It's really convenient. It does make things a lot easier. I think it's a wonderful thing to use if you're struggling with positioning, just to get the win. Get the solution done. But I'm trying to avoid it more and just force myself to do these weird margin things to maneuver them. I really wasn't sure if I could get these paragraph tags positioned. So, yeah, it's a win. All right. That was a lot of fun. I hope you're having fun with this, and I will catch you later.